Guys,
tweet me the review.
watch the Pwnage movie, right?
Watch
Just
this
saw it.
guy's review.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
I am the Pwnage, bitches.
And then you can go in and slow it down.
Yeah.
Rolling.
I gotta have you sign this one.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
totally.
It's not the first game I ever played, but it's the first game I ever owned on, so gotta have you with me. Thank you. So guys, if you're a longtime fan, tell me what you're looking forward to most in this film in the comments. So let's get right into it. For those of you who don't know what Pwnage is, it is essentially a video game mockumentary web series parody of sorts, created by JARETT, CALE, and GEOFF LAPAIRE. What they didn't expect when they started it in 2004 was it to gain massive fan traction and have an extremely dedicated underground audience to the point where they had millions of people downloading and watching each episode. This traction continued to the point where they got a television deal. Since then, they've become the highest crowd-funded Canadian film project in history, and they've raised money for this new film from those same dedicated fans I was speaking of. So if you're wondering how to catch up on Pwnage, a great place to start is of course Pwnage.com, where you can see the original web series, or hop on Hulu and binge that TV series. It's hilarious. Now what you may not know is the sort of appropriation that modern gaming culture has taken from the original Pwnage series without even knowing it. For instance, the phraseology of boom, headshot! So that's why the series has aged extremely well, even though some of the games and tech from the older episodes of the web series are outdated now. Modern gaming culture is so intermingled and all that you're gonna enjoy it even if you're a casual gamer. So now that you know a bit of the history, let's get right into the film. First of all, this film is funny. I know I don't mean the Seth Rogen, Will Ferrell, formulaic potty humor, racism, sexual paranoia humor that has permeated comedy in the current age. No, I'm talking about a clever, multi-layered funny that literally had me and everyone around me in the theater just belly laughing for the first 30 minutes. The fact that these people are so ingrained in video game culture that they can't even function in the real world. But they've done a fantastic job of both modernizing the technology, which is a springboard for their humor, and the entire worldview of what a gamer is in the modern era. They've actually opened up the movie so Jeremy is not himself. He actually has to catch up to the modern era of gaming with us. It's just such a great choice to sort of bridge that gap that existed in a very appropriate way for the character. So anyone who loves the old web series and was worried it's been too long will feel right at home here simply because they've taken the time to address the fact that it's been so long and integrate it into the humor of the film. And something JARETT said at the Q&A after, they took care to modernize what a gamer is. Even when the TV series was released, Jeremy is that old stereotype of a gamer. He's an ungrateful man-child who lives in his mother's basement, who can't work a job, he doesn't know how to speak to women. And they said they were very keen this time around to show that, again, to paraphrase what JARETT said, he said the gamers are pretty awesome at what they do. And when they apply those skills to a real-life situation, they should be able to excel at any career that they want to. They've also done a fantastic job of making this film extremely accessible to, of course, people who love video games, but also just avid indie film goers. And they do it in a way that the fact that he is so out of place in anything outside of a video game, even though he is excelling at life. He's an accountant, he's making all kinds of money, he's making other people money, he has a girlfriend who of course just wants his money, but he's succeeding at life, you know, in numeric terms. Just the absurd way that he's doing it is just pure comedic insanity. So as much as League of Legends fanatics will enjoy this film without having seen Pwnage, so will the greater part of corporate America or corporate anywhere who are cubicle laden and quite disgusted with their jobs, which are quite full of, to quote Jeremy, suck. Also, all the inside jokes in the original are in there, guys. Now, one of the reasons I loved Pwnage growing up was it had the uncanny ability to somehow condense the most complex motivational ideas into the most simplistic and hilarious packages of those ideas, which not only make you feel great and motivated about life in general, but also has you gasping for air. It's so ridiculous. Because we see life through the lens as Jeremy's unique mind. Of course, he's an exaggeration. He's a caricature of the most ridiculous gamer addict recluse. The beauty is, I think some of us may not want to admit it, but we all have a little bit of Jeremy in us. I came out of the theater smiling ear to ear. The film also addresses a lot of things I didn't expect, but I really enjoyed. For instance, what it means to get older and be a gamer in an era where we were always sort of the oddballs growing up, but now it's quite normalized for people to play games. Girls, boys, everybody plays a game. People have games on their cell phone. People have games on Facebook. It's totally normal to game. one of the main dramas is just Kyle's situation, which in this case, he's discussing making a documentary with a film studio. He keeps going back to them and they're like, there's no story here, there's no romance, there's no anything. Now, the humor there is that, of course, there is a story under that, there is a conflict, there is a romance, which sort of comes together very nicely at the end, while retaining the feel of the original show, but also pushing the boundaries of Pwnage deeper into the same ideas that it's always thrived in. Again, friendship, doing what's right, doing something that you really absolutely don't want to do for your best friend simply because it's your best friend, and you'll do anything for him. For those of you that have missed Jeremy's ridiculous motivational monologues that he will do to Kyle, you know, when he sort of comes to these life realizations, you will not be disappointed. Anyone wanting to see a very angry FPS Doug destroying gaming equipment, you will not be disappointed. Anyone who missed Jeremy's awkward, cringeworthy, train wreck-esque interactions with women, you will not be disappointed. If you're looking forward to seeing amazing feats of gaming, you will not be disappointed. And of course, Dave makes an appearance. And it's always great to see what seems like an absolute disaster of a film project on Kyle's end eventually becoming a great story. It was really interesting and it felt very right to see all the characters kind of moving on with their lives and just being human beings. For instance, Miranda playing as Taji, opening up a little cafe where the boys go and hang out. You have Jeremy, of course, killing as an accountant. You have Doug being a mailman, which is just absolutely ridiculous. He's also cleaning windows, you know. It's just all the things you'd expect to see these guys doing if they got older and kind of, you know, lived normal lives. While it would have been nostalgic to see the same old characters in their same exact environments unchanged, it felt very refreshing and it just felt right to see them actually succeeding at life because, much like the characters in the show, those of us who grew up watching it, you know, we've also grown up during the 10-year hiatus ourselves. Also, a great message this film gives is sort of, don't lose sight of who you are. For a lot of us, that's playing games. But as we get older and we get into jobs and we have less and less time and time goes faster and faster, it's very easy to let go of a lot of the things we grew up doing. But like I said, they give a very nice message on getting back to your roots, remembering who you are, and of course we see Jeremy do that in a really funny way. And for those of you worried that League of Legends is a little too easy for the owner to play, rest assured, the way it is addressed is extremely in character for Jeremy. They've also done a fantastic job of mocking the technology-obsessed present that we live in. Jeremy has, I think it's like triple or quadruple monitors, vertical monitors set up so we can check his Twitter in an optimized way. So they address a lot of these modern issues as well, in really funny but quite relevant ways. There were a couple of editing things I would have changed just as a filmmaker, but Jeff also said he's taking into account a lot of minor tweaks he's going to create before the official release. So what I recommend this movie? Absolutely, I'd recommend it to gamers, recommend it to indie film goers, recommend it to anyone who loves comedy. So you can actually get a Blu-ray if you go to Indiegogo and donate. Talking to the creators, they said they want to push this out on digital, so it's going to be coming very soon. Look out for it, and guys, get ready for a hearty laugh, a motivational and heartwarming message. And if you're a fan of the old show like I am, seeing old friends once again. So I hope I can remind longtime fans to go see this movie, or of course, share something awesome and new with you guys today. To check for news in this movie, the cast says follow them on Twitter, that's where they're most active. So guys, let's help these guys out. It's gonna give them more support, more motivation to make these films. So go ahead and follow Jarrett, Jeff, Miranda, Joel, and of course the Pwnage Twitter handle itself. And longtime fans will also be happy to know that they said, of course, depending on how this does, they are never finished with the Pwnage universe. They're always looking at new and creative ways to put the characters into ridiculous situations and continue on this awesome universe they've created. As always, check out my other videos on drawing, fitness, Wing Chun Wednesdays every Wednesday, all kinds of free tutorials and content for you guys. Also stream on Twitch, do all kinds of crazy stuff. So, if you want to see more of me, subscribe to become a philosopher. I've also got a few crazy action choreography films I've been working on for you guys, so look forward to some insane projects from me with lots of stunts and fighting in the future. Get ready for Wing Chun Wednesday because it's going to be crazy this week. Later, noobs.